Matthew 5, verses 3 through 10 say, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of heaven. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." The definition of blessing is noun, happiness, praise, divine favor or heavenly reward, the antidote to all cursings. According to the world, people who are peacemakers are usually not the blessed ones. People who are pure in heart are not the blessed ones. People who show mercy are not the blessed ones. In fact, those people are usually the ones who get stomped on and made fun of. This is a story in which my family and I were blessed, even though you wouldn't think of it that way. It was an upside-down blessing. On November 3rd, 2017, I got on the bus on a normal day. That day at school, everything was normal. I was hanging out with my friends like any other day when I got in the bus. When I got home, my mom's yellow and black Mustang was in my driveway, waiting to tell me the bad news. My mom had gotten into a car accident. Do you remember where you were when you got that news? At first, I thought it was a very minor fender bender. It turns out my mom was hit by a Mack truck. In all reports, she should have died. As you know, my mom had a broken toe, shoulder, spine, and both sides of her pelvis. She even punctured her lung, which the trauma unit doctor had to stick a plastic tube through her lung to reinflate it. That day she should have died 3 different times, but God is not done with her or our family yet, and so she survived. Our family spent a total of 20 days traveling to see my mom in the hospital and in rehab. During that time, we had to rely on our church family for so many things, like bringing us meals, giving the kids a ride, and visiting mom in the hospital. But most importantly, they prayed for our family. God used the church to carry us through it, and because of that, our faith was stretched, knowing that God will take care of us. And something that the world would say was terrible and horrible, it really blessed my family and I, not because our mother had to stay in a hospital bed for 4 weeks, but because we had endured. In the book of James, it says, "For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." I grew in my faith, and I am now more confident as a Christian when I pray and when I study the Bible. I know who I am in Christ and His power and His grace. According to the world, this accident should have caused mourning and pain. Satan was trying to get to us, but our family stayed strong and persevered through it all. That is why we were blessed. We had no idea what was going to happen next. My mom could have been dead for all I knew. However, God had a way of saving her and blessing lots of people. I know a person who was hit by a truck the same week as my mother, and he still can't walk. He has had at least 6 surgeries. He is only 17 years old and will be living in a nursing home for the next part of his life. In conclusion, in a way, when life throws you a knuckleball, which is much harder to hit than a curveball, smash it out of the park. No matter how hard it is, ignore the devil and his games. Remember, the victory is already won. We keep acting like the devil has a chance to win. In reality, Jesus won it already. It is like watching the end of the Super Bowl and then going back and watching the beginning. You know who wins already. There's no reason to be scared. Anything the devil throws at you, even if it is a knuckleball, crush it with the power of God.